Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to episode 26 of Dialogue Tree. My name is Daniel Padilla, and I am, as always, joined by my wonderful friend Matthew Zapper Compatible Peterson.
Yeah, that's me.
And today's special guest is a man who goes by the name of Nicholas Garrett G. Kirshner.
Whoa. Didn't know that was going to be my middle name.
Well, that's your nickname, dog.
It's a huge compliment, to be
The
honest.
stage name. Welcome, Nick. Welcome back, I should say. It's been
Thank
a
you.
very long time. You may have been the first guest we ever had, I think.
I was definitely one of the first.
Yeah.
I think he was the first one, and he came on later than we had hoped that he would come on because he died for a couple episodes there.
Right. Yeah.
Because you assholes killed me off.
I didn't do anything.
I'm not a character, right? I'm a real life person. You can't just choose to kill me off.
Yeah, but you're back. You're back, and that's all.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
I'm back and better than ever.
Yeah, so why are you complaining?
I guess I'm not.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I take a sip of water kind of loudly before we get started?
No, by all means, dude. Oh, nice.
All right. I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, dog. You guys know that I hate to get political on this show, but I just gotta fucking ask, man. What the fuck is mayonnaise, dude?
I'm not sure.
Here's a good antidote for that anecdote. I'm not sure the word. You guys play Stardew Valley, I assume?
No,
I
dude.
have played it.
So here's the thing. You can make mayonnaise out of any type of egg, right?
How many types of eggs are there?
Like you get chicken eggs, you can get I think it's a dragon egg. You can make mayonnaise out of all of them. So my follow-up question is, imagine if we could make mayonnaise out of any type of egg in the real world.
I believe
That didn't answer Daniel's question at all.
I answered this question with a question, no?
It's Socratic. Okay.
I would assume that you could just make mayonnaise out of any other kind of egg.
I mean, you're not wrong, but like, wouldn't you think it was weird if you go over to your friend's house and you're like, oh, like, can I get some mayonnaise on my sandwich? And they're like, oh, do you want like chicken egg mayonnaise or like fucking? I can't even think of another animal that likes eggs right now.
You're really invested in the mayonnaise community for being a vegan.
I mean, you don't have to out me like that on your show.
Okay,
but that's
sorry.
You want chicken egg mayonnaise or snake egg mayonnaise? You'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Great question, Daniel.
Yeah. That's really been boggling my brain this last couple of weeks.
Nick, how have you been just with the circumstances, going on?
I mean, I feel like everyone's kind of in the same boat. Everyone's getting like a little stir crazy at home. I definitely feel like my motivation is really down the drain, which sucks because like I'm in this PhD program, so I definitely need to like do shit, and it's very hard to like kind of focus that energy.
When is your semester? Sorry, when does your semester go until?
So my last final is not this upcoming Monday, but the Monday after. So May 11th, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with finals coming up, everything's kind of stressful, but I'm getting through. I'm getting through.
You have left. You have that one final, and what else?
I have just 2 finals. Yeah, one this Monday, one next Monday.
And how is that even administered?
Good question. So for one of them, he's going to release it at 10 a.m. and I have 36 hours to complete it.
Shit,
okay.
Dude.
Just send it back within 36 hours. And the other one is like 6 hours or something like that. Like a more normal amount of time to take a test.
Right.
Is that how it would have worked if you were like in person?
In person, like the midterms, the 6-hour one was 3 hours in person. And the 36-hour one was like a 6 to 8 hour test in person.
Oh shit, dude!
Jesus, that's one hell of a test, dude.
Yeah.
Guess how many questions is on that?
Like 3?
4.
3 questions. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Like 8 hours.
That's insane.
That's like 12 hours per question. Is that right? Am I fucking up my math here? No, that's right.
It's a generous amount of time allotted, but yeah, going by
it is. Yeah. I mean, you only need like 3 hours per question, 2 to 3 hours per question, which is still like a fuck ton.
You could sleep in between each question.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to finish like all on the first day because like I don't even think I could go to bed in the middle of a final.
Right.
That just feels weird.
Yeah, right. No, you're right.
At least you can like get some lunch or something and like take a break from it though. You don't have to do it all at once.
It's true, but I hope that's like a good thing versus like I
Yeah.
started the test and I'm like I'm stumped here. Better go play some Rocket League, and then 8 hours later
Right.
I'm like shit. I only have 28 hours more.
Dude, all right. That's a good segue onto one of the topics that I had for today.
Really?
What the fuck is up with Landon Donovan commentating on Rocket League, dude?
Oh, right.
That was fucking weird.
So I guess for context, because I bet most people don't watch this, the Rocket
All right.
League is now using real life athletes who don't play the game to commentate like the games of Rocket League with the Rocket League announcers. It's very strange, I would say.
And I guess because Rocket League sort of resembles soccer, they brought in like perhaps the biggest United States soccer player in history, Landon Donovan, for this past weekend's tournament or whatever.
So here's my thoughts. So they brought in this guy who didn't really like who knew what Rocket League was, but like was definitely not as familiar as like a common player.
Right.
So they had him on ESPN. Obviously, it was for more views, right? Because if people like Landon Donovan, I'm sorry. I'm not sure who this person is.
It's Owen.
I feel like the viewers at home have to know that as we're recording on the page for the recording, someone just posted a news article of a model and the ad is for a swimsuit and says "suit yourself," but because the reflection of the water, it looks like it says "shit yourself." It's not even that funny. It's just so out of context in the middle of my sentence. I'm trying to
caught me off guard.
Really caught me off guard there.
I forgot that Nick wasn't familiar with the format of the recent format of the recordings of the show.
Yeah, Owen usually sends us a picture
while we're recording, but like we've kind of gotten used to it to the point that it doesn't really like catch us off guard anymore.
Phenomenal.
All right.
But yeah, I see that they're trying to make it so that Rocket League can like be on TV and people will actually want to watch it. I just was disappointed they didn't like make him play like one round of the game or like explain like that there's like the jumps or the boost or like any of the mechanics of the game before he commentated it. So he really was trying but had nothing meaningful at all to say. They were just like explaining the game to him over the game.
We texted about this that I thought like even that wouldn't have been that bad, especially because a lot of people watching it on ESPN aren't familiar with the game, so it might help them understand the game more. But at least like on Twitch, where you have kind of like the more hardcore fans, they should have had normal casting.
Yeah, of course. They can afford it.
I felt they got kind of weird because they would even like stop actually commentating on the games just to like tell Landon Donovan about what the fuck was going on, right? Like on the final, like I don't know how long Landon Donovan was there, but like I watched the last couple of games of the final, and they were like, yeah, "You see those little glowing things on the ground? Those are boost pads, and those will." And that's like the most basic fucking thing, like most basic part of the game. You know what I mean? And they would like stop commentating what was actually going on in the game. Like people would even score and shit, and they wouldn't even say anything about it because they were talking about the fucking
I know. Landon would be like mid-sentence, be like, "Oh, they just scored." Anyway, so back to indoor soccer.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Very committed to like explain what boost pads are, as if like pro players are like watching this, being like, "Hold up, what the fuck are they saying? What's that?"
Right.
It's like, come on, man. This is not doing any justice to Rocket League. Rocket League's supposed to be fucking hype.
Right. I guess I appreciate their efforts for trying to get it on TV and like have more people watch it, especially when there's no other sports going on.
It's true. It's esports times to shine.
I think it is impressive that they were able to bring him on. Just that in itself is like cool. You know what I mean? To bring in such a sports personality into this shit, I think that's impressive. But
yeah,
I don't know. I think it could have been handled like a little better, entertainment wise.
Yeah,
you know?
I appreciate it. Just like throwing him kind of like in the deep end and just having him commentate the whole game by himself. because he'd have no idea what he's doing.
Now that would be funny.
That'd be fucking funny.
Be like, and the cars are flying? How are they doing that? I feel like be kind of comedic.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Speaking of esports, fucking Hungry Box got his ass eaten last Sunday.
Oh yeah, the same day Hungry Box got annihilated in the Melee tournament,
which I'm really upset about.
You're still upset?
Yeah, dude, that shit still hurts. It's the second final. It's the second final that HBox has lost to Zane, right?
Dude,
in the year.
Fuck Hungry Box though.
Fuck you, man. Hungry Box is fucking king.
Have you seen that like commercial? I think it might be only on Twitch.
He's like on a Honda
with the car. Yeah.
No, what? I'm not. All right. There's also another commercial where he's like playing a match and then he's like losing, and his mom comes in and she's like, "Oh, here," and like he hands her the controller, and his mom beats like the other person in a tournament.
No way.
And she's like, "You must be hungry. You need some soup," and it's like a fucking soup ad. I'm like, and it's like, okay, I get the point, but like time out. That's clearly not allowed. You can't just hand your controller over to someone else mid-match. Let's not pretend here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's definitely a DQ.
I mean, he's definitely a bottom, right?
Wait, what?
What does that mean? Oh, come on, dude.
It was a question, dude.
It was rhetorical.
I mean, I thought that, you know, I don't know if this is like a kid-friendly podcast. I just thought, you know, let's address the real topics here.
We're not allowed to have children listen to this.
Okay, that's
otherwise we'll get demonetized. Our Patreons haven't been very consistent with their donations, so we kind of rely on monetization.
Got it. All two of your patrons.
Yeah. The only people donated when Owen said he needed a kidney transplant, and I'm pretty sure one of them was Owen.
Okay, well, I mean, if people are listening at home, I actually recently lost my asshole. I lost my asshole.
That's crazy, dude.
Haven't been able to find it, and doctors said surgery is about 10,000. So please go to patreon.com and donate so I can get a new asshole. The shit is just like piling up in my body. It's starting to like come out.
Okay, please donate for Nick. Anyways, before we get away from video games, I have a story to tell about Alex Ha.
I have many stories to tell about Alex Ha.
Okay, you might have heard this from him, Nick, because it was a couple of days ago. Okay, so Alex Ha and I are talking about something, just like talking, and he says, "Hey, I have a really bad frame rate in Fortnite. I don't know what I'm doing." And I'm like trying to help him like troubleshoot it and whatever. And then I'm like, "Alex, how much like free disk space do you have? Is your entire hard drive full?" And he says, "No, I have like 0.03 gigabytes free. I have no free space on my hard drive." And I'm like, "Dude, your computer will run like a lot better if you clear out some of that shit." And he's like, "Oh, okay, I have to go make some room." 10 minutes later, he also is like trying to uninstall StarCraft and he can't figure it out. But then later, he's like, "I think I deleted something important. None of my desktop icons are showing up." And I'm like, "Oh, I just restarted. It'll probably come back." He restarts it, doesn't come back, and he's like, "Yeah, the desktop doesn't work anymore." And I'm like, "What did you delete?" And he says, "I don't know. I just kind of winged it, LOL." So now he can't use his desktop at all. It just doesn't function when he clicks on it, and like the folder in the directory, like you can't put files in it. So he somehow deleted like Windows system files. It just like randomly.
How is that even something that you can do? You know what I mean?
I know, how is that like warns you
without like yeah.
So he was deleting stuff to make Fortnite run faster?
He wanted to clear out memory on his hard drive. So
do you want to know the craziest part about that?
What is that?
I went to play Fortnite with him like 2 days ago, and he deleted Fortnite.
What?
He deleted Fortnite to get Fortnite to run faster.
Oh my god!
No way, dog.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I found this insane because I had always assumed Alex knew like a small, moderate amount of computers because he was always like playing League of Legends, playing Overwatch. Like he was always on his computer when I saw him. So when I told him to delete files, I didn't think that it was like I like needed to be like, don't delete system 32 files or whatever. Like I thought it was assumed that it was like delete StarCraft and everything.
Yeah, we can have our patrons donate for a new computer for Alexander.
A new desktop for Alex.
We'll split 50-50.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Nick, I don't know if you did this. I did say that, economic times have been subpar recently. And I know you're a bit of an entrepreneur yourself. And I was wondering if you had any hot money making tips you could throw out here for anyone looking to, pad their income.
They can be legal or illegal. But
all right, I'll give you one of both. How's that?
Okay. Okay, thank you.
The legal one first or the illegal one first?
I'd say flip a coin, dude, or just whatever you feel.
I obviously don't have a coin on me. I don't carry change. What do you think I am, poor?
Well, I don't have a coin on me, dude. I'm at like my desk. I don't know why I even said that.
I don't. Why do we?
All right, dude, give us the legal one. Give us the legal one.
I'll give you the legal one. So the legal one, I have a sports betting account, which has been, inactive since sports have been canceled.
Right.
Daniel's already laughing. It's crazy out here. But they have a poker tab where you can, play poker. So like I used to play poker in high school and I was like dog shit. I would go and like every time I play with my friends loved playing with me because they knew it was like an easy 20 spot every time. Maybe like a year or two ago, I got really into poker and I watched like YouTube videos. I probably have like 24, 48 hours just in watching YouTube videos on like pro players. I mean, this isn't a joke.
Daniel's just going.
Daniel's gone.
Okay.
So I have been playing poker recently and kind of just cleaning up, So I definitely it depends how much you want to bet. Obviously, the more you bet, the more you can make. So if you're more conservative, you're not going to make a shit ton of money.
Right.
And then what I like to do is if I lose the poker tournament, I'll just try to win it back on blackjack. So say I enter like a $5 poker tournament and I lose, right? So I was like, I don't want to be down $5. What am I, an idiot? So I'll hit the blackjack table and I'll bet $5. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing that almost put me in the hole.
Okay.
If I lose that $5, I'm like, damn, I'm down $10. How do I make it back?
I think I've seen an article about this betting method and how it's a bad idea.
Yeah, it's a really good idea. Put $10 on blackjack, right? Boom, it's gone. I was like, shit. Instead of betting 20, I was like, actually, I kind of want to make money. So I bet 30 the next hand.
Right. Why lose the money?
Obviously, it's gone. I was like, damn, this is really unlucky. What are the odds I lose again? I throw 60 down, and it hits. And guess what, baby? I'm back in action, okay? You can't go wrong. You literally cannot. So that's my legal way of making money during the pandemic.
Wait, hold on. Can we go back? I missed the detail here because I was fucking laughing, so I couldn't quite hear. How much time did you say you invested on like watching YouTube videos and shit, just so that our viewers can get an estimate of how much?
Just gonna laugh at him again.
Probably roughly, like I'd say closer to like the 50-hour end.
Okay. Look what an asshole this guy is.
It's really interesting. Look up Daniel Negreanu. He's the best poker player in the world. Very interesting man to watch.
I used to watch, whatever, poker on ESPN from time to time when I was little. It kind of sounds familiar, to be honest.
Yeah. He's the most famous, that's for sure.
So how are you doing this, by the way? Is it like on your phone or what?
It's both on your phone or your computer. I like to play on my computer. It feels more legitimate. I feel like sometimes the cards speak to you, Yesterday, cards weren't speaking to me, so I stopped playing because I was losing.
Would you say that you believe in the heart of the cards?
100%. If you don't, you're not going to win.
Right.
The other day, I don't know if there's poker players who listen to this, but I had a 2 and a 10 of clubs pre-flop. This is Texas Hold'em. I don't play any other pussy game. Texas Hold'em.
Of course.
Right.
And that's like, it's not a very good hand. Like most people, they'll fold, especially after a 3-bet. Someone 3-bets it. I'm like, you know what? I feel it, dude. And damn if you don't know, I hit a fucking flush.
No way, dog.
Swear to Jesus Christ himself. On the river. On the goddamn river, dude. The flop fucking wet as the Nile River. And I still hit a flush.
You lose money, bet that much again to try and get it back, and keep going if you have a 2 and a 10 of the same suit. And okay.
2 of the 10 in the same suit, and the cards are talking to you. You need the cards to talk. They say a lot.
Okay. Well, I think that was a good, legal, wholesome tip. I believe you're going to give us another.
Thank you. So now maybe I would have to look into the legality of this one. I'm not saying it's necessarily illegal.
You're not saying it's necessarily legal either.
I'm not condoning this, but I'm saying like I won't tell, you know?
Right.
Okay. So the start is kind of shaky, but I feel like it comes full swing. You'll be like, okay, it's not that bad. So, you have to start by stealing like a panda or some endangered animal from the zoo.
Okay.
Which is like okay, I understand you're already like, okay, that's a little bit questionable.
No, I get it. It's acceptable.
Okay. And second, you have to invest a little bit of money in it. What's a little bit of money?
Okay.
$1,000 maximum.
Dude, I can make that on the online poker easy.
Exactly. You get it from the online poker. You get it from your Donnie dollars, right?
Say Donnie? Oh, Donnie dollar. Okay, yeah.
Donnie dollars. Donald Trump dollars, bro.
Yeah, of course. Which I don't get because I'm not a U.S. citizen, but go ahead.
I mean, yeah, welcome to my world of being a U.S. citizen. That's a weird thing to say. Anyway, so you take $1,000 and you buy like a big Instagram account, right? The more closely this account is related to like nature and animals and shit, the better. And you're gonna see why in a second. So what you do is, you know how like Instagram you can like go live?
Yeah, like the stream.
Right. You go live and you start your stream. And you have like you buy an Instagram account with a lot of viewers, right? You want as many people watching the stream as possible.
Right.
And you're just chilling with your panda. Listen, you people better give me money right now or I'll kill this panda. Right? And then people like, it's an animal lover page. They're like, oh my God, I don't want you to kill this panda. How do I give you money? Right? You can like set up a PayPal, whatever. Getting money on the internet's easy these days, right? I'll fucking kill this panda. I'm going to do it. Right? Everyone's just sending you money. Now, most people, you'll probably make at least 10K from that.
Right.
Most people, they're going to back out. They're going to be like, perfect, made profit, boom. The problem is that's not sustainable because the second or third time, you're going to be the boy who cried wolf. They're going to be like, you're not going to kill that panda. You're just exploiting us for money. So how do you continue making money off the 10K, 9K profit, okay? Off the 10K that you have now? That's a question for you guys.
Well, hold on. No, wait, hold on. Before we tackle that question, I do have a, what would stop people from like reporting you and to like the
do you recommend like wearing a mask?
Oh, right.
Yeah, definitely wear a mask, right? And like it's not your Instagram account. And be like, if the police come to me, I'll kill the panda and them.
Oh, right.
You know, something like that.
Yeah.
And hold on, I have a follow-up question. What method do you use to like threaten to kill the? Do you have like a gun or like a knife?
I just assumed a gun, dude. But I guess a knife would be easier to get.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's a baby panda. I forgot to mention it's a baby panda, right?
Like, that's a lot easier to steal.
Anyone can kill a baby panda, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like I could kill it with like a spoon. Come on.
Right. You're right.
I feel like you're focused on the unimportant details. Some stuff you got to figure it out. I can't lay everything for you.
I mean, I just figured we're on a space right here. We're on live TV. I figure I should, flesh out as many details as I can, man.
You're right. You're right. Okay. So my next question, now you have 10K profit from your panda exploitation. What do you do with it?
Poker.
No, come on, man. Come on, man.
Sorry, dude. I'm thinking too small.
You're thinking way too small, right? Most stupid people, they'll be like, oh, put in the stock market. What's the stock market going to make you? $1.50?
Right.
I had money in the stock market for 2 years and it made me $1. Here's what you do. You take that 10K and you just buy like a fucking buff horse, like a mean looking, like could kill you and your family just by a look horse, you know?
Right.
And you just train the shit out of it, right? Note that you only spend 5,000 on the horse. You'll see why in a second.
Okay.
You enter that shit in the Kentucky Derby.
Oh.
You see where I'm going with this, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
People are like, "Oh, I never heard of this horse before. No way is it going to win. We'll give you 10-1 odds."
So you bet like $100 and then you win.
Okay, Daniel, you're clearly missing the point, right? You're clearly missing the point. If you spent 5,000 on the horse, how much do you have left?
4,000, 5,000 ish.
5,000, right? So why the fuck are you telling me to bet $100 on it?
Because you'll still make a shitload of money off of that shit.
10 times 100, $1,000. Did I just spend $5,000 on a horse to make $1,000?
You're right.
Jesus Christ! Never own a business, bro. You bet $5,000 on that horse. How much money do you make, Matt?
50,000, right?
50 fucking thousand. Rinse and repeat.
Wait, rinse and repeat with the panda again? You have the capital.
Right, but you have to stay true to your roots. Do you have no respect for that?
There's no fixing of the race. You just hope the horse will win, or feel the horse will win.
Feel? What are you talking? I mean, you just spent all this money to buff out your horse, right?
Right.
There's no way we'll lose.
What if there's some other guy doing it? Then you got a 50-50 shot.
You are talking about this. You are talking about this on live TV.
I actually need you to cut this out of the episode.
Oh, you haven't done it yet.
I need you to cut it out, okay?
By the way, do you mean give steroids to the horse, or?
I can't talk about this anymore. I've said too much.
So I've been running the numbers on, just while you're talking. I've been looking up the law. So per cycle, we're looking at, to start off, you're getting probably 2 years for breaking into the zoo. If you get caught on these charges, not to say you will. You're looking at 4 years for the animal endangerment, and that's, I don't even know how the exotic animal plays into that. That's minimum 4 years, so that's 6 years total. We're looking at 90 days for the live stream for threatening the police, and then you're looking at, depending on if you juice the horse with steroids, that's going to be another 2 years. And then, of course, you're going to have 3 counts of animal endangerment, probably, from the live stream. So that's probably another 4 to 8 years added onto it. So you're looking at about like 12 years in prison, probably, per cycle, if you do get caught.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who's to say if it's legal or not? Who's to say?
I guess this only becomes a real question if you get caught, right? Like, if you don't get caught,
just don't get caught.
It's like it's like subjectively illegal, you know?
Right.
Like, I feel like it's illegal. It's like, is it? Who's to say?
Yeah, we'll see what the judge thinks about it, you know?
I mean, you'll have 50K at that point. I feel like you can.
Oh, and then you use the entire 50K to bribe the judge.
And then you start another cycle. Though.
Yeah, dude. Just living the dream.
At one point, you have 50K profit. Right. You just remember that.
Right. One time they don't catch you.
Exactly. It only takes once, and then you got 50K.
Yeah, 50K, which is more than I make in a year. So there you go.
Right. That's more than I make in 2 years.
Right.
Shit, dude.
I love being a grad student. So much fun.
Cool.
Well, thank you for good. The tips. Both were good.
Yeah. Once again, I do not condone either. I don't want hate email. I know last episode I said some opinions on anal that some people disagreed with.
Yeah.
And they sent death threats to my family. So please, this is my own personal experience. I don't want anybody taking my advice and then getting upset with me about it.
I don't know if I'll be myself trying it out, but I think some sound advice.
Thank you. I mean, I just want to give back to my community, to be honest.
Yeah.
Nick?
Yes?
What's your take on OnlyFans, man?
I mean, first of all, I don't think there's a person in the world that's against OnlyFans. Let's be real. As gentlemen, let's be real. Right. So there is this girl I follow on Twitter. I'm not gonna name drop her here. That'd be rude.
Right.
But she plays Rocket League.
Oh,
Obviously, drop her a follow, and she just happens to be hot. Whatever, irrelevant.
right.
And she said she was gonna make an OnlyFans, and her OnlyFans bio is no nudes, just lewds. I read this yesterday.
Right.
Irrelevant.
I didn't understand what that meant. I don't know what lewds are.
I assume just like a suggestive image, but not a
nudity
image. Yeah.
Right. So at that point, and she's already posting photos of herself like on Instagram and like Twitter and shit. I'm like, what's the point of your OnlyFans?
At that point, why not just have like a Patreon, right? Like if you're just gonna posting like the same kind of content.
Can you stream on OnlyFans? I guess that's the appeal.
But like at the end of the day, I'm like, if you're gonna just take your photos from Instagram and move them to some private account, why? What's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm really trying to say is get naked, you know?
Right.
Not just women. Like this isn't a sexist thing. I think
dudes too, yeah.
Dudes, non-binary, everyone just get naked sometimes on camera. Because what's the big deal?
There's got to be someone bound to like buy your shit, right? I guess.
I've been trying to sell feet pics for years now, dude. It's ridiculous.
Which is why when you put up pictures of yourself full body, you blur out your feet.
Right. I'm not an idiot. I'm not gonna no free feet pics, you know.
Oh no, that's actually pretty legit. That's a legitimate reason to blur out your feet. I never thought of that, to be honest.
I've never seen anyone do it.
You should look at my Twitter more often then.
Oh no.
Yeah. There's a lot of hot content there. I recommend it.
Thank you.
I've actually thought of having like a gimmick episode of rating your tweets.
That'd be fun. Yeah. How about you let him actually plug it instead of just cutting him off in the middle of it?
Yeah, at Nick Kirsch 24. That's NickKirsch 24. Hit me up with that follow. I'm team not follow back. But like, what I'm just thinking. I'm like, all right, you get naked on camera. What's the worst case that happen? All right, a couple years from now, I want a job. I personally want to be like a professor, right? I go to college, right? And I'm looking to get hired, and they're going to be like, hey, we want to hire you as a professor, but here's a picture of your 8-inch cock on the internet. What do you have to say about that? And I'll be like, well, that's weird because you have to pay for that picture.
Oh, right. You get them on the spot.
That's the Uno reverse card, dude. Then they have to hire you.
Yeah, right. Because then you can be like, well, this asshole paid to like look at my dick.
And I'm the one getting in trouble. Like, come on here.
Right.
Not saying that I have an 8-inch cock. I want to explicitly state that I do not have an 8-inch cock, so I don't disappoint anyone in the future.
All right.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Now it's out there. Thank you for clarifying.
Let's address the elephant in the room here.
I can also vouch for that. If you didn't say it yourself, I was gonna bring it up.
I can't believe you took a selfie dick pic in Alex Ha's bed while Alex Ha was in the room.
He was just playing video games.
Oh, he was awake? I thought there was one.
He was on his computer.
Yeah, he was on his computer. It's just me standing behind him, and he's just not looking. Just like dick out, like in the hand. Boom, snapped it with him in the background. It was so good.
There's multiple pictures of you and your dick and Alex, aren't there? I think. Is that right?
There's gotta be.
That's not surprising, yeah.
Because I'm to my knowledge, as far as I can remember, I believe there was one where Alex was just like sleeping and you were just like there.
That's so much worse, dude. It's so much worse.
That does seem worse.
I'm not saying that's necessarily bad. I'm just like, I thought that was the picture. I didn't know there were multiple. I just knew about that one in particular.
I don't remember taking that one. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think I did that.
And does Alex know that it exists?
He knows the computer one exists because I sent him the Snapchat. But the crazy thing is, he opened it and just like saw himself, and then just like quickly like closed it, and he didn't even notice that in the bottom right corner, it took someone else telling him, and then he like reopened the snap.
Oh, dude!
To make sure that it was indeed my penis.
Well, shit, dude.
Hot take alert.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So my hot take is that every 4 years, right before the presidential elections, we should have all of America take a test, like a standardized test,
Okay.
and the bottom 10%, the worst 10% performance-wise, we kill.
What does the standardized test evaluate?
It evaluates intelligence in multiple areas. So it doesn't take on the form of like SATs or anything like that, because obviously those have bias. We basically want to evaluate how productive they are to society, and like if they're worth anything to me personally.
Okay.
Honestly,
So
you would be grading these. I mean,
you're the overseer, I guess.
I mean, I definitely would be the overseer.
Right. So I'm not saying this is or isn't what you want. It sounds like, to me, a way for the system to kill a lot of minorities every 4 years. I'm not sure that's the goal.
That is, I just want to explicitly state that is not the goal.
Okay.
I think that a lot of minorities perform poorly on standardized testing due to bias in the standardized test questions.
Okay,
so therefore, we would have to get a team together to ensure that it's kind of hitting all areas of intelligence all over the spectrum, to not just target minorities.
Right.
When you say that, do you mean like emotional intelligence and like holding a conversation well, or what do you mean?
I honestly, if I'm being honest, want to target the South.
Okay. Okay.
So I may or may not make a test that does that, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, but no bias.
No actual bias, but maybe the South doesn't perform as well.
Just a pinch. Just a pinch.
Just a hint of zest, if you know what I'm saying. And not all the South, It's not like all the 10% is going to be there. I'm sure there's plenty of people up in Maine who aren't going to know what 2 + 2 is. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it sounds a little unconstitutional, I guess would be my main nitpick with it.
Definitely. I mean, it will take some getting used to, but think of all the benefits. Number one, it will extremely help the economy, because every 4 years, all the money that belong to that bottom 10% is kind of redistributed across everyone else.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Well, how are you standardizing the test?
Now that is a question that I can actually answer.
Okay.
I can't quite answer that, but we would need a group of people to get together to help standardize this test. So obviously, what things do you want to hit? You want to hit math, you want to hit English, you want to hit history, you want to hit all your school subjects, but then you also want to hit art. If they're dumb but they're an amazing artist, okay, we'll keep them. You want to hit, athletics. You want to hit, think outside the box, creativity. Maybe someone is really good at doing a handstand. I'll keep handstand, man.
Okay. No. So I misunderstood you. When you said intelligence test, you meant like utilitarian worthiness to live test.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. You're right.
Well, no, then I think there may still be some hangups in getting implemented. But I mean, good for you. That's a great vision, Nick.
And if you go to patreon.com, 1/3 of your profits will go towards funding this cause.
Right.
Excellent.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that's certainly a hot one. I don't think that many people hold that view. So yeah, good take.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Excellent. Daniel, do you have
I have a question.
Okay.
For Nick.
I'm all ears.
No, there's not a hot take or anything related to what anything Nick just said. It's just a generic conversation starter. Nick, how would your friends describe you, dog?
Okay, that's a good question. That's a good question. I think for a lot of people, it would depend on the friend group, because you kind of put on different personas to fit in with different groups.
Yeah, I believe that.
But I think overall, I'm more or less the same. Like with my friends, even with like my family, I'm I'm definitely unusual.
Yes.
And now most people are like, "Oh, you're weird in a good way." Like I'm not. I'm not claiming that.
Right.
I'm just weird. Period. Good or bad.
You do with that what you will, right?
Exactly. You know, it's like, are you gonna get like a super meaningful friendship out of me? You could. I'm not saying you're not going to, but are you gonna have stories to tell about like the charades that I pull on a daily basis? Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you come up on the show like pretty much every fucking episode. Just
Right. Yeah. We were just talking about with Robbie when we went to that hotel so you could try and steal a jacket from Lost and Found. Or I guess liberate. I mean, you didn't really steal it.
Can you believe the security they had on fucking Patagonia jackets?
Dude, they were giving you the
hotel?
3rd degree. We had to get out of there fast before the police showed up or something.
I was ready for them to ask me the fucking like the barcode number.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's like what the fuck? Like, what room were you in? I'm like, I don't know. 101, is that a room? Just give me the goddamn jacket.
No, that's a good answer. I think you're right.
And if you like that dose, please go check out my my Snapchat story. I post every Friday. Also at Nick Kirsch 24.
Okay.
I have episodes of Is It Applesauce, which I'm not going to say any more about. You'll just have to check it out.
I have to check that out.
That's not the name of the show anymore.
You're right. I kind of messed up that today. But the name of the show, because we got copyright infringement from a show called Is It Applesauce, is now Applesauce ?
Okay.
What do you think? All right, Matt, you can't interrupt me. I'm in the middle of the name, right?
I didn't know there was a dramatic pause in the name. I thought you were done.
For the record, I gotta say that I'm on a hot streak on that show.
You're like 3 in a row now, 4 in a row.
I'm very proud of that shit. I put a lot of effort. Dude, I fucked up because I meant to introduce you as the host of that show, but I forgot to do that. But I was gonna ask you what the original Is It Applesauce show, if you knew anything about this show or what it is about. The one that copyright claimed the name of your show.
So Nick's lawyer has asked that I do not include the segment talking about an ongoing legal battle he's in, so I've had to redact it. But as soon as they finish it up, I'm sure we'll let you know all the details. Hot take: I hate motorcycles. They're loud and annoying,
and you can like die on them very easily.
Yeah, no, I know motorcycles are like relatively good for the environment compared to cars. I just hate being in a public space and one goes past me and I'm like listening to music or whatever, and then I can't hear it.
Motorcycles here in the except I don't know that would be much of a hot take here, because I think very generally like people who have the privilege of not have to rely on a motorcycle and they have like an actual car instead. Mm-hmm. I think you could very generally say that everyone fucking hates motorcycles here.
Okay, like it's not that hot.
I don't know. Oh, no, that's not that hot, but like I can definitely agree because people who drive motorcycles here, for the most part, and of course I'm generalizing here, but for the most part, you can definitely make an argument that they drive on the streets as if like no like traffic rules apply to them, and that just fucking pisses me off, man.
Right.
Makes driving here just like a really bad time.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to add to that. I also hate motorcycles.
Okay, I guess it's not that hot. I thought people thought they were cool.
Dude, people haven't thought they were cool since like the 80s, to be honest.
I guess that means I'm uncool for not knowing that it was uncool, right?
Like, who's listening to this podcast being like, motorcycles are the shit?
People who own a motorcycle.
Dude, I even think people who own motorcycles kind of know. They're like, really? Yeah, I own a motorcycle. I'm not proud of it.
Okay. Shit, dude. All right. Well, I wish my take was hotter then. Here's a more hot take, I guess. I don't like Call of Duty Warzone at all.
Why?
That's the end of it. I just don't like the aesthetic of Call of Duty. I guess it's so like brown and like gritty, and they're all like, "Let's get it done, lads." And I don't know. I like the funness of Fortnite and Apex and stuff, where it's like kind of cartoony and just messing around. It's like more of a game, and a combat sim.
That's what I keep saying. I don't know that I know I've mentioned it to you. I don't know that I've said it on the pod, but like I fucking hate like military shooters. You know what I mean? Because like they just, I don't know, like wars, right? They're not cool. So like, I don't know. I guess that's my hot take.
That's more of a hot take. That game hasn't been doing spectacularly in the quarantine.
I guess that's my hot take, right? I fucking hate military shooters.
All right, you say that hot take every week. You can't count it.
Really? I just don't. I know I bring that up whenever we talk about any other shooter, so I just don't know if I've actually said it on the show or not. But I got nothing. I was gonna bring up fucking Harold Ramis and Bill Murray, but
why?
Just because we talked about it last episode, and I recently found out that they had actually had a really big falling out after they did Groundhog Day, which is really sad. But then Bill Murray apparently called him up when Harold Ramis was about to die, because we discussed about like Harold Ramis passing away a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
I just thought that was a weird story, right? They had a big falling out. They didn't talk for years, but then they kind of made up when Harold Ramis was dying, so it just kind of makes it a little better, I guess.
Yeah,
this is interesting.
I don't know who that person is.
The Ghostbusters guy.
Yeah, Harold Ramis.
Okay.
He wrote a bunch of like comedy movies, and he used to work a lot with Bill Murray as well back in like throughout like the 80s and the 90s. You know Groundhog Day?
I do. Who doesn't know Groundhog Day? Come on.
Yeah. So Harold Ramis is like the writer of that movie.
Oh, okay.
And this is only relevant in the context of the previous episode, right? So that's why I didn't know if I should bring it up, but I did.
Got it. Yeah, you give some, continuity to your episodes. I respect that.
Yeah, just a little though.
Well, shit, dude.
It seems like it.
Yeah. What have we learned today, Nick?
Okay, we learned how to make money legally, how to make money not legally, and that and how Matt feels about minorities.
Right. Right. Yeah, dude. I learned that motorcycles are actually lame as fuck, and I'm uncool for thinking I was cool for thinking they're uncool. That makes sense. Right. And I learned how to never lose money in poker if you have infinite money. Ever. Sorry.
I would say that I have learned that there are multiple pictures involving Alexander Hamilton and Nicholas Kirshner's member, if you will.
You didn't know that?
I thought there was only the one.
Okay.
I've learned today that there are multiple ones.
Yeah, I think I learned that too.
And I also learned apparently that Alexander Hamilton is incompetent with computers.
I hope he listens to this episode.
From what I gather, not making my own conclusions here.
I mean, I don't see what other conclusion you can draw.
And also deletes Fortnite.
Make Fortnite run fast. Yeah. That's good. That's freaking good, dude. I didn't even know that part.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Well, yeah. If we don't have anything else to plug, I guess Nick Kirshner, thank you for coming on the show, dog. It was very entertaining.
Been a pleasure.
Very, very informative, even. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. Anytime.
Yeah.
I think
yeah. Thank you for coming on, taking the time. Stay safe and sane out there, and good luck with those finals and everything.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much. Stay safe yourself, gentlemen.
Everyone out there listening, be sure to tune in next week when we'll give updates on our investigation team has been making some progress on finding out Obama's first name. So we'll be updating.
I'd really like to know. All right.
So, thank you for tuning in. Peace out.
See you next time.